Hello and welcome. Today we are playing Blueprints. This is described as a roguelite puzzle detective game. What we'll be doing is rearranging the rooms in a mansion. This sounds kind of strange, but we'll see how it looks when we get in game. What we're trying to do is find room number 46 in this 45-room mansion. So there's something hidden. We're going to find clues in the rooms that we travel through, and and hopefully find our way there. There seems to be some mystery surrounding the events of this mansion, or like something to do with the mansion that we are also playing detective on. So in addition to trying to find the room, we're also, got to pay attention to clues and stuff throughout. To be honest, that's all I know. So we're going to find out together what that actually entails. And it looks like we're going to have a bit of a cutscene explanation.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me.
Hairstyle's interesting.
I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Cool. I always wonder, when they, in games and movies and whatnot, they chose, what was that, March 1993? That's a very specific date that they came up with. Now, we're playing a puzzle detective game, so maybe that's a relevant date to what we're doing. But just in general, how, they have to decide on a setting. This mansion, we're going to be exploring a mansion, we'll be indoors, I imagine. So it's neat that they come up with locations for these things and, like I said, like dates. All right. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off of the estate, and you may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. Oh, hold on, was there last page? One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Okay, so that's where the roguelite element comes in. Is that we will have limited time, I guess, throughout the day to arrange the rooms and try and find our way. And then when the day runs out, we restart from scratch. And our selections for rooms will be different. So, see, we have this here. We'll pick that up. The blueprint. And I like how the name Blueprints is a play on words. What's that called? A homophone or something like that. Where, yeah, it's blueprints and blueprints. You get it? The Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing tab. Okay, I press tab and we get this. Okay, so the antechamber. From its root meaning the room before, all signs and paths point toward the antechamber. This mysterious sealed room resting on the 9th rank may prove, however, quite an initial challenge to even reach, let alone enter. Still, you can't help but draw a connection between this chamber and room 46. Okay, so it's giving us a direction to aim for instead of just putting rooms around willy-nilly. We start off in the entrance hall down here and we're trying to get up to this antechamber. That makes sense. There's a playing card on the wall. Neato. Hold on, this is where we came from. We go outside. Ooh, okay, the grounds. All right, here I am breaking the rules already. We have a gate. Oh. Okay, no, we can't go through the gate. All right, we're not going to spend too long running around outside because I do want to see what the whole room placement thing is all about. It's nice to go out here. Oh, okay, there's a staircase. Well, this is going to end up being more of an exploration than I expected. Go through here? No? Is that room 46? It's a 45-room mansion. He didn't say that room 46 has to be in that mansion, right? It could be outdoors. I'm kidding, of course. Oh my. We found ourselves a dark tunnel with some sconces, but I cannot light the sconce. There's no jumping. There's no crouching. There is walking a little bit faster. So we'll walk a little bit faster out of here. Okay. Yeah, the art style is quite nice. It's interesting. I don't know much about art in general. But yeah, just the sketched lines along the edges, and then not much change in color across the texture. I mean, obviously these rocks do a little bit, but you look at this grass and it's pretty flat color-wise. Oh, we're just leaving the mansion. I'm heading home. I don't need this bequeathal, whatever the term is. Private drive, the grounds in the bottom left, right? Oh, hold on. We got a number in the top left here. There's footsteps and a 48. So that might be our... Oh, yeah, it's going down. That might be our time limit. Is that minutes? We have a total of 47 minutes remaining. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu to return to the campsite for the night. Alright, so we can just end the day early. You're not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. So he meant specifically staying in the mansion. So this is okay. This is out in the grounds. Interesting. I guess that's because they need to reset the rooms when we go to sleep. Well, this is neat. Oh, there's a gate here. Ah, we got ourselves a padlock. Wouldn't it be amazing if I guessed this on the first try? Is that it? No, dang. That's fine. I'm sure we'll find some piece of paper that says you need to go out and get some apples from the orchard at some point. Cool. Well, let's head back to the mansion. I feel... Oh, I was going to say I feel like we've explored everything, but I'm wrong. There is another door here. I cannot enter. This looks like something that would be an elevator shaft downwards. Something along those lines. Cool. Well, yeah, we'll just we'll run back to the mansion and start exploring inside where we were meant to be. So this is set in 1993, right? And he said that he had lived here for the past half a century. So since 1943. There's a big clock up there. It is currently 8:55 in the morning. Okay. Well, let's check this place out. So we've got a vase and a painting and a statue. Not interactable. Oh. Time has progressed very rapidly. Hang on. It is moving. So that's kind of cool. So it is tracking our time throughout the day. We're down to 44 footsteps in the top left. Can't sit in the chair, but we have this. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose... Oh, okay. So it's by distance, not by time. When you no longer have any footsteps left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Fair enough. We are in the entrance hall, rank 1. Let's take door number 2, please. Oh, okay. Alright. Bedroom, whenever you enter this room... Okay, this is kind of cool. So, it's a roguelite because you have your 3 options, and then the options can determine... or give you bonuses. So whenever you enter this room, gain 2 footsteps. So we have more time. I like it. That's very cool. And then a hallway. Oh, okay, I see the benefit here is that it has 3 passages. So you can... yeah, you have more flexibility in which direction you can go. The closet has only... this is a dead end, I suppose, but it has 2 items. And a bedroom. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 footsteps. Well, I'm curious about the items. Let's go in the closet. It is small. It's closet-sized. And we have ourselves a sledgehammer. A heavy sledgehammer can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. So we could maybe shatter that padlock on the fence out in the orchard. And we get ourselves a gem. Cool. That's nice. Can I take this umbrella? So something obviously we'll find out in time. But when it says there's 2 items in here, is that literally all there is in here? Or do I need to be searching for hidden items? You know? I hope it's not the kind of thing where you need to like really search for for hidden items. Like maybe this picture is important, right? There's a wedding dress. Looks like there's a... I can't zoom in or anything, but there's a little bridge across the stream. You know, it's okay if there's important stuff in here, but I'm never a great fan of items being like really hidden. Like you got to pick up a little diamond out from behind this umbrella, you know. We're going to head out to that padlock because I'm curious. Although we're down to 39 steps, we might spend our entire day outside and never get anywhere in the mansion. I'm probably not going about this correctly, but hey, we found a padlock and we found a sledgehammer that says it can break padlocks. I'm going to use it. Who knows? Maybe there's something useful in the orchard. I mean, there must be. If they put it in the game. Alright. How do I use the item? Pressing buttons. Oh, okay. Alright, I can do that with WASD. Do I have an inventory? There's tab. There's sledgehammer. Can I use it? Hold on, what did that say? Can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Oh, okay, so it's specifying... alright, fine. I mean, this is puzzle game logic, right? If I were actually here in this place, I mean, I guess I wouldn't use a sledgehammer on the lock, I'd just step over that gate, but... yeah, okay, puzzle logic. That's fine. The sledgehammer is for some particular padlocks within the manor. Okay, well, let's try and find one then. Now, we have placed a closet on the center path, which means we can't head any further there. If we look at our blueprint, we see there, closet. And, oh, that's cool. So you can zoom in. There you go, blueprint, dead end. It even says dead end for us. Rarity, commonplace, and drafted 1 time. Oh, that's cool. So it's going to have stats for us. I like it. We have a spare room, a pantry, and a parlor. So the spare room doesn't seem important. Pantry, we're on the left side, so turning right would be useful. And the parlor would also turn right. Now, there's 4 money, I imagine, and a puzzle piece. I think we know what money does. Actually, we don't, but probably you exchange it at some point for something. I don't know what a puzzle piece does. Oh, there you go. A wind-up key, a component of the parlor game. Cool. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write that with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry, May the 2nd. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements, and only one box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. Okay. I think this is going to be the kind of game where we need to take screenshots. So I'm going to be doing that because I don't know what's important and what's not. So I will be taking screenshots galore when we find clues like that. All right, cool. There's a picture of our great uncle Herbert. And okay. So that might be, oh, here it is. This is the parlor game right here. I thought this was going to be somewhere else. Okay, the black box is not empty. This is the black box. Okay, well, we know that one's lying. And this is the what? They're both lying. Oh, this is going to be confusing, isn't it? The black box is not empty. I'm sorry, but like, if I can see that one of them is black, and we can see that the other 2 are lying, like, I can just do this, right? Cool. I got it. We have gems. Did I read this right? There will always be at least one box which displays with only true statements, only false statements, and a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. Okay. Alright, well that was pretty easy. If that's a sign of all the puzzles in this game, then I should have no problem. Nook, +1 key, a hallway, and a guest bedroom with +10 steps. Well, we're down to 33 steps. I think that might be useful to us. Let's go to the guest bedroom and gain 10 more steps so we can go further today. Alright, so we walk in and we're down up to 42. Excellent. So, oh, there's a key. Oh, it didn't say that. So the Nook had a key, but so did the bedroom. Bonus. Alright. I'm not seeing anything interactable, but we do have a pen and paper here. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. I'm hoping your health improves shortly. KL? I'm going to screenshot that, of course. And if we find the billiard room, then we'll have a look back at that note. Good. All right. Well, we've made ourselves another dead end, so let's head back out into the foyer or the entrance hall and across to the one door remaining. Now, we want to not lock ourselves in a spare room or lavatory, so let's go with the pantry. Oh, wait, the spare room we can walk through, but the pantry has money, so let's go there. Tea? An apple? Nice. Oh, +2 steps. Cool. Okay, so if we find food, then we get more time. throughout the day. That makes sense. You're not getting tired as quickly. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. Are they talking about me? 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. So we've taken the change, I imagine, but 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. Obviously this is a clue for something, but I don't know what it would be right now, so we will come back to that at some point. Unless I need to collect, I've collected 1 apple, I need to find 4 more apples, and then 5 bananas, 5 oranges. Oh, is that just saying there are that many spread throughout the house, perhaps? I don't know. Neg timer. Okay, next room. We have a den with 3 entrances, a nook, and a hallway. Now, the nook comes with a key, but we already have a key, so I don't mind going to the den and getting more gems, even though we already have some. I have no idea what we actually do with the gems or the money. We'll find out at some point. The hallway seems to be kind of the same as the den in terms of doorways, so we'll just go to the den instead. Yeah. We do want to open up our options. Ooh. Kind of a weird painting, drawing. There was a key in here, right? Oh, and there was a gem as well. Nice. Oh no, maybe it was a gem and not a key. Yeah, sorry, no, it was the nook that had the key. Oh, this is boarded up. I can't go through here. Uh-oh. Didn't this say there was just another entrance? Well, we'll just run on through. We have a bedroom, a kitchen, and a lavatory. Kitchen has food for sale. Oh, there you go. Okay, that's how we use a gem requirement. That's cool. Or a bedroom. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 footsteps. Now, if I check the map here, we're looking at the edge of the map, I think? Or was it... Yeah, it was 5 across, right? 5 by 9 for 45 rooms. That would make sense. Which means if we take the kitchen, we'll be cutting ourselves off. We can't go anywhere. So we'll use the bedroom instead. But there you go. So we can use money and gems to buy food, which extends our run through the house. Greetings from Reddington. All right. Oh. Oh! Oh, I just used the sledgehammer on this box. Hey, I got some keys. Nice. Maybe I shouldn't be clicking everywhere I look, because I might do stuff by accident without realizing. She has a a crescent moon necklace. Is she an important figure? I don't know. We'll take a picture, because maybe that crescent moon is important. What's going on here? This looks like a secret button or something. That very much looks kind of suspicious. Oh yeah, that's the door. All right, well, let's go through the door. A chapel. Whenever you enter the chapel, lose 1 money. Oh man. A lavatory. So it's showing it in this direction. Yeah, we must be entering from the bottom, right? The kitchen has food for sale. I think I'm a fan of doing the chapel because it keeps the closed section off to the right, and we're already along the right wall of the mansion, and then it opens up new doors. Whereas the kitchen, it's just we continue along one path. Let's do the chapel. Sure, we lose a coin, but I don't know what we need the coins for anyway. Maybe the chapel doesn't come up as an option unless you have coins. A bishop. Ah, clever. Now I'm curious about how they get light coming through these stained glass windows when we're presumably facing into a wall, right? This room here kind of intersects with that stained glass window. That's okay. I don't need to be... I'm not sure if that's pedantic. What's the word for that? Corridor. Corridor is always left unlocked. So, what does that really mean? So, stuff can be locked? You are more likely to draw green rooms while drafting. Oh, in the greenhouse. Oh, cool. Okay, so rules for how things are drafted. That's neat. Observatory, +1 star for each time you've drafted the observatory. That sounds good to me. Oh, the greenhouse is a modifier on the rest of the run. Wow, that's so cool. Okay, well, let's go to the observatory because 1 star every time you've drafted an observatory sounds like a good thing. I like stars. Why am I down to 2 coin? Oh my goodness, because I went out of the room and I came back in, so I lost a coin again. Okay, there's some cool stuff going on here. I like that. So, but then the room's where you get steps. If I just walk out of the room and back into the room, do I get more steps again? The Fixed Stars. The Stargazer's Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt. Ben Aries, Bird and Sons Publishing. Preface: this book contains a complete starbase, a list of constellations, and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one in a single day. Okay, that's useful for us who lives on a day-by-day puzzle-solving basis. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. Okay, North Star +1 gold. Oh, I see. Okay, the twins. 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. +3 steps. Ah! Do I need to take pictures of this, or am I going to have this added somewhere? Hang on. If we leave, do I get some kind of a guide or helper? I have +1 star. So I gather stars and then I make constellations with them somehow? +1 key. Apples are extra delicious today. Rooms with 4 doors are more common. Dead end rooms are more common. Why would you want that? Everything's 50% off today. Interesting. Let's head upstairs. Can I look through here? No. I like the feeling in this game. I know I've been chatting the whole time. Oh, I can turn and stuff? Ooh. Okay. Let's go the other way. Keep going. Oh. What happens if I go all the other way down? But so I know I've been chatting the whole time, but the ambient music is very pleasing. Okay, I don't really get this. There might be something else we have to do somewhere. I think that was as far as it would go in that direction? Yeah. I think there are going to be a lot of things we stumble across where it's just a figure this out later. Let's explore more, get a better hand. Oh, I can turn this. There you go. No, I want to go the other way. There we go, we're looking outside. Ah. Okay, so we have a star. North Star, gain 1 coin. Cool. Well, that's neat. So observatories are fun. Go out this door. Oh, the door is locked. Use a key. Sure, we have 4 of them. Spare room, a nook, and a storeroom. Storeroom has a lot of stuff, but it's a dead end. Which direction are we facing here? Yeah, I want to keep heading towards the antechamber, so let's take the nook. We'll go right. Ah, it's cozy. What is this? What is this thing? We have a key. We have some books. I can't go in there to sit down. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your journey, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or, perhaps most fittingly, A journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Is that telling me out of game, or is it telling me there's a way to get one in game? I suspect it's out of game. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to rely on screenshots. I think that will work well enough. And if not, then maybe I'll even refer to my own video. The door is locked. Use a key. Corridor, a lavatory, and a storeroom. So again, we want to keep heading upwards. These two are dead ends, so let's go through the corridor. Corridor is always left unlocked. So now I understand. That means that this other room, there's no chance it's going to require a key. That's cool. I wonder if the usage of keys, doors become locked more frequently the further up you are. Maybe something along those lines. We do have the option of heading back to the chapel and going through there if we need to find more items and keys and whatnot. Okay, there's a hat on the bench. Commissary, items for sale. Ooh, hallway and a spare room. Well, see, I am tempted by the spare room. Just keep heading straight. The commissary sounds like a good idea, though. Hallway is also a good idea because we can explore more here. I don't know how much we need to, do we need to place every single room throughout the grid to be able to get into the antechamber? Or is going to the commissary a good idea and then maybe getting to the antechamber that way? Let's do the commissary. I'm curious what items we can buy. Sale! All items up to 50% off. Day 20 and 21. All staff welcome. Okay, that's cool. Annual Maids Day. So if we head in on day 20 or 21, we get a sale. The commissary will be closed from days 12 to 16. Without. What does that mean? Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password. We can't read it. Well, that's kind of a strange system, right? In a house where the rooms change every day, why would you have the punch out and stuff not in the entrance hall? The employees have to go searching for the punch in every single morning? Oh, here we go. So 5 money for a salt. Oh, geez, I can't even afford a salt shaker. 6 for a shovel, 8 for a sleeping mask, and 10 for a metal detector. For sale today. Well, good to be aware of those things. So head out through the door. The kitchen, food for sale, drawing room. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. So, okay, you can cycle through them. I guess. I assume that's what that means. Let's open it. It did cost us a gem to place it. And then there's a bunch of drawings of horse and men and stuff like that. Some duplicate images here. All right. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans. Surely I would have figured that out by this point. From which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Good. Well, from our map, we want to head right. So let's go through here. Passageway. Passageway and a hallway. I'm going to... Ooh, the passageway costs 2 gems. That's expensive. But the hallway is basically what we want, so I'm not going to redraw it. Let's do that. Okay, so gems are pretty valuable then. It's good to know. I see a vase. A keychain? Or not a keychain, what's that? Dog tags, that's what it's called. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Oh. So on the west side here, things are more likely to be locked. Good to know. Is that something that changes day to day? I wonder. Or is that just a rule for the game overall? If we're in the west, we're going to find locked doors more frequently. The door is locked. We're going to use our key. The kitchen, the nursery, and the storeroom. Okay, well, the kitchen's the only non-dead end here. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5 steps. That's interesting. Yeah, we could go to the storeroom and gain a gem. I think we're going to use the kitchen here. Food for sale, and it lets us proceed. Because we are actually kind of locking ourselves out here. We have to find something that moves rightwards. So that's going to be a little bit tricky because we've used the hallway. Can you get multiples of the same room? So because I've used one hallway, does that lock me out of possibly finding another hallway, or could I still find one there? Also, if a room has a gem requirement, we're out of gems. Oh, Mount Holly kitchen menu. Banana. 2, is this coins? So banana 2 gives us 3 steps. Club sandwich gives us 15 steps. And chef salad gives us 5 steps for every green room in your house. I'm liking this a lot. Today's main course, glazed salmon. 20 steps. Charboiled Cajun spiced salmon, lemon butter sauce served over spinach leaf. Plus 20 steps, plus an additional 10 steps if you have an aquarium in your house. Okay, cool. I don't feel like we're lacking in the number of steps, though. To me, it feels like we might just get locked out of this. What we might do is we might head back through the hallway and hope to find a storeroom with a gem. Or maybe even turn and find a straight path, and then if we don't find a straight path through this tile, then we can come back to the kitchen and take another try. Oh, no, because then we would have locked it out. Oh, weird. I see a bit of a problem there. Yeah, we only get one shot at that room. But have we been finding more right turns or straight paths? Let's go back through the hallway. We can at least look for gems, because that seems like it's something that's important to have on hand. The boudoir. Security. View inventory of all items currently in the house. Oh, cool. And the locksmith, keys for sale. Okay, well, let's go through the boudoir because it's the only one we can afford. And how does this work? Okay, so it lines up. So here's a question. We have a doorway from the drawing room. We have a doorway from the boudoir. Obviously, it would make more sense to go back to the drawing room and draw a new floor plan from up there because it lets us re-roll our options. But are our options always going to connect these two rooms, or could you have it walk past an open doorway, if that makes sense? Okay. Not sure there's anything of interest here. We'll head back through the drawing room and do it that way and find out. Ooh, the door is locked. Hang on. Is the boudoir door locked? Because if not, then I'd rather hold on to the key. Okay, it's not. So we'll do that. The spare room. Okay, so we can just walk right past the drawing room. To me, that seems like it would be an illegal move, right? Because now we've got an open door going to the corridor. The side of the corridor. That doesn't make sense. This room counts as 2 bedrooms, which would be really good with that thing that gave us stuff per bedroom. What was it? Oh, the passageway. 2 gems requirement. So we want to find 2 gems if we can, so that we can put a passageway beside the kitchen. That would be ideal. The bunk room seems like a good idea to me. Let's do that. Counts as 2 bedrooms. That way anything that benefits us for having bedrooms now counts doubly. There's a little hamster. Camp Colonel. Is this where I stayed as a kid? Because we found that tent that said something about me being a scout, putting my scouting skills to use. And then our uncle in his letter said that we enjoyed our time here as a kid. This must have been our room. What was it called? The bunk room. Okay. Well, I don't see anything that we can bring with us, so we'll head back out. And now my thinking is that we need to... I still want to collect some gems. So let's head back down to the chapel, because we have an open door there. Yeah. But, of course, every time we walk through a room, it takes away from our steps. That's so interesting. Huh. We didn't know what those items did. There's a water cooler. Can I get some water? Recover some steps that way? Doesn't look like it. Okay, the observatory. Oh, yeah, the chapel cost us money. Right. Okay, well, too bad. The workshop. Combine inventory to create new items. Wow. I don't feel we have enough items to make use of that. A mailroom. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. And the lavatory. Okay, well, that's really neat, but the workshop's the only one that lets us continue walking through. So that's the one I'm going for. Yeah. So we'll do that. The mailroom, that's a neat idea. I like the idea of drafting... Oh, what's this? Music notes. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought. Yeah, I can't figure that out. Stones cut out by hand and letters wrought something. Do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost. Among the bold words spoken soft, the note is read, the letter is not. Okay, I'm going to put that aside for now. There is a C on the table. Oh, what is this? A broken lever could prove to be useful. Interesting. You have a saw, but apparently the saw doesn't prove to be useful. Oh, what's this? Workshop. Combine inventory to create new items. Right. We have a sledgehammer. How do I use this? Okay, sledgehammer and broken lever. Go. Interesting. So we'll probably find some good use for that down the line. Okay. I'm just going to carry on. I do feel like it's better to get more information on what's an option, what could show up, rather than trying to solve everything right now. A breaker box in the utility closet, a dining room. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. Ooh, we're so close. It does let us proceed, though. The storeroom gives us a gem, which is kind of what I was looking for, right? I need 2 gems, though. And this would give us 1 gem, and then we would have to turn around. I'm going to take the dining room. Again, we want to find more stuff. Here's a key. Nice. So this wall is boarded up. Oh, I get it. That's why it's boarded up. Is because it's not an illegal movement here. Of course. That's why the wall in the den was boarded up. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. All good then. Nothing to interact with here. Yeah, okay, we'll just carry on. Mailroom and passageway and the utility closet. Uh-oh. Bad news. I think we've hit the end. Yeah, we can't get back through. Breaker box. I guess we don't know what the breaker box does. Mailroom. Let's try the utility closet. Find out what a breaker box is. I mean, we know what a breaker box is, but what effect does it have on the mansion? VAC indicators. I can click any of these. Ooh, this is dangerous. Gymnasium, darkroom, garage, and cabinet. Can't do anything with the cabinet. Keycard entry system. Oh my. Alright, I made it all green. And the gymnasium and the darkroom are now dark. Garage is no longer dark. I've turned off the keycard entry system so people can't log in to work. He's causing havoc in the mansion. Somebody stop him! I don't think there's much else for us to do. We'll just head back. We'll lose another coin to the chapel. But yeah, we'll head back up to the kitchen and hopefully find a passage that turns right. We're down to 8 steps as well. So those do go by pretty quickly if you're backtracking. I hadn't thought of that. In the kitchen, what do we have? Club sandwich was 15 steps, banana was 3. Every green room in the house. What was the thing that benefited us for having more bedrooms? Because we do have the bunk room now. Nothing I can eat in the kitchen for free? Alright, through the door. The gymnasium. Whenever you enter the gymnasium, lose 2 steps. Oh no! And security. Well, we don't have any gems, so we can't take security. So we have to do the gymnasium. Or the lavatory where we just end our run. But then we'll be down to only 3 steps. Do we buy a banana? Here, let's get the gymnasium. I'm not going in just yet. But it does turn right, so that's good for us. Banana for 3 more steps. I don't have the coins because I went through the chapel. The main course is served only in the dining room. Haha. Alright, here we go. Play some basketball. Whenever you enter the gymnasium, lose 2 steps. I don't feel like we lost 2 steps there. I can't do this. Oh, I shut off the power to the gymnasium, didn't I? That's hilarious. We did that in the utility closet. Okay. My bad. That's alright. I'm curious, so things like that. It says Hoople. That's just a brand, I guess. Oh. Okay, let's head through the door. Use a key, for sure. So our items don't carry on day to day, but I wonder about the effects we have, like turning off that breaker. If we come in tomorrow, would the gymnasium theoretically have power or not? Probably would. Patio spread gems in each green room. Wow. That's nice. The billiard room lets us turn right, and the west wing hall lets us turn right or go straight. Billiard room gives us puzzle pieces. What benefit did we have if we got to room level 8? What was that? I don't remember. Billiard room has a puzzle piece. West wing hall gives more opportunities to get to the antechamber. So let's do that. I will take that one. Of course, we only have so many steps. What was that bell ringing for? Oh. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. 10 years prior to this. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the west wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Okay, well, I don't know. Oh, West Wing Hall. Oh, oops. So that note we found about the West Wing having more locked doors, that was referring to this particular room, I guess. So these are very likely to be locked. Do we want to go right or left? Right or straight, I guess. Up. Let's go up first. The door is locked. Yep. Okay, so we want to turn right. We have a locksmith. Keys are for sale, but we need a gem to get in there. Storeroom. Oh, with a key and a gem and a monies. Or a maid chamber, less likely to find items laying around in your house. I see, so it's a negative overall. I feel like the storeroom would be a good idea here. Because if we look at our map... Okay, we could take the maid chamber, turn right, and then potentially just go straight into the antechamber. But having gems seems to be pretty important. This replenishes the key that we just spent, and we get a money. Which, if the gymnasium wasn't in the way, would let us go back to the kitchen to buy more steps. I think we'll do the... Oh, no, because the storeroom, it's going to cost us a footstep to walk into the storeroom and then a footstep to walk back out in the West Wing Hall. So, actually, given we have no steps left, let's use the maid chamber. It's the only way we could possibly get to the antechamber, I think, unless the next room to the right of the West Wing Hall would be something that gives us more steps. So Mage Chamber it is. No gems to be found for us. Okay. The day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you of the death of our benefactor, employer, and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, H.S. Sinclair. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Mrs. Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premises? I don't know, I'm having troubles with that. By Friday, November 6th, says Mrs. Babbage. So are we going to re-employ everybody once we do fully gain the manor for ourselves? Oh, okay. Hold on. This is the staff. Which one is Mrs. Babbage? I'm going to guess it's her, but I don't know. Hold on, there's only one bed in here? The maid's chamber. Oh, I see. This is, of course, there's only one maid. Got it. So the maid is probably not Mrs. Babbage. No, but there's two people dressed up like... Anyways, that's fine. We'll figure it out eventually. The door is locked. Let's head through. We no longer have any keys. Spare room lets us walk forward, right? Oh, yeah. Walk-in closet with 4 items, but it requires a gem. The wine cellar gives us 3 gems. That's amazing. But we want to get to that antechamber, so I'm doing a spare room. Look at that. We made it on our first try. Spare room is pretty empty. Nothing to see in here. Okay. Oh. Oh, come on. I made it. Oh, we got to do something special to open the antechamber. Okay. Okay. Well, still, I think that was a pretty cool go. We got all the way here. Weird house. All right. Well, I think we do call it a day at this point. I wonder whether the stars will carry over, or if we have to find more observatories within the same day. But yeah, overall, oops. Ah, okay, it just ended because I walked back into the maze chamber. You have used all your steps and must now call it a day. You have pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion and must now return to your campsite to get some rest. You can continue your search tomorrow, however, the house might be a little bit different. Ah, we get an overview here. Mount Holly, Ordinary Inn. 6 bedrooms. Total rooms of 25, rank reached 9, steps taken 66, and items found 2. Cool. Well, there you have it. That was day 1 of Blueprints. And we will certainly be exploring some more tomorrow.